now certain that the Kogi State House of Assembly will be taken over by the National Assembly as the Senate concurs with the House of Representatives on its recommendations. And pro-Imam lawmakers in Kogi State says the National Assembly flouts court order. Then we begin the countdown to the River State rerun elections as anxiety builds as INEC finalizes its plans ahead of the Saturday exercise. Violent incidents continue to generate fear as the day draws closer. That's a focus on the program. Thank you for joining in, everyone. I'm Sean Joaquin Baloye. The events are unfolding very fast, but we're trying to catch up with everything that comes through our table here at Channels Television and at our headquarters here in Lagos to give you the latest you need to know on the political scene. Well, Kogi Assembly crisis is generating so much controversy now as the National Assembly takes over the state legislature. Who will mediate in the battle between these two strong tiers of government? And also, we are not blinking over the situation in River State. So much is happening at the same time, from INEC's preparations to security strategies and their plans on the ground. We will touch base with our crew in the state capital shortly. But first, let's bring you some of the latest happenings in your world of politics.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
The situation in Ekiti State in Nigeria's southwest region is getting more attention by the day. This time, a joint committee of the National Assembly set up to investigate the alleged arrest of some Ekiti lawmakers are in the state on a fact-finding mission. Before the National Assembly Joint Committee's visit to the governor, the members had earlier visited the State's Commissioner of Police, the Director of the DSS, the House of Assembly Complex, and other concerned agencies to gather information on the alleged invasion of the House of Assembly by men of the DSS. The governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, is asking the federal lawmakers to do justice in the task the National Assembly has placed on their hands.
I'm sure they've seen the relevant people they have to see. So since it's courtesy, I received them, but I have pleaded with them that in the interest of Nigeria, they should do justice.
Staying with the alleged invasion of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, the state government says one of the state lawmakers allegedly arrested by the Department of State Security, the DSS, has died. The government released the information today in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, when the Commissioner of Information, Mr. Larry Ogunsuyi, addressed journalists on the situation of things.
We call on the DSS to immediately clarify the situation as to the status, dead or alive, of Honorable Afolabi Akani.
It's few days to the River State rerun elections, but there are more concerns over the incidents of alleged political killings and violence in the state. A coalition of civil rights groups in Nigeria are on the streets on what they call a peace rally in Port Harcourt, the state capital. They met with the National Commissioner of the electoral body in charge of operations, Amina Zakari, and the resident electoral commissioner in the state, Anyedi Ikowak.
Well, I'm a national commissioner from Abuja. I came to see the level of preparedness and to reassure the people of Rivers that INEC is out to conduct peaceful, free and fair elections.
The leader of the group told Channels Television that the call is for politicians to realize that there is life after the polls.
This time around, our message to the political class, to both Rivers and non-Rivers, all stakeholders in Rivers State, is to be peaceful during, before and after the election.
And in Bayelsa State, some of the elected lawmakers at the rerun elections are getting started with the task of their mandate. In the House of Assembly, a former speaker, Kombowe Benson, who was sacked by the appeal court, is now back. Honorable Kombowe Benson and Honorable Ogbere Michael, representing Southern Ijaw Constituency 4 and Akeremo Constituency 3 respectively, were both readmitted into the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. Honorable Benson then took his oath to serve as Speaker of the House, returning to the seat he occupied before the court order which removed him from the legislative arm. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, is unhappy with the postponement of the FCT Council elections. The PDP says the reasons given by INEC isn't valid, but the party believes its members are more popular and looking set to sweep the elections in the areas. The party, in a statement by its spokesperson Chief Olusametu today, says, quote, "Intelligence reports available to us indicate that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, was instigated to shift the election merely because the particular political party realized that our candidates were going to sweep the polls." End of quote.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
But well, now let's get a balance to one of the stories you just saw there in the roundup about the situation in Ekiti State. It's about the reported death of a lawmaker representing the state. Well, the DSS has produced a man and shown him, confirming that he's not dead. The DSS at a press conference in Abuja earlier today says the fact is that one of the members of the assembly in Ekiti, Honorable Akani Afolabi, was duly invited by the service over some serious breaches bordering on state security, and for which he has some explanations to make. These breaches, according to the DSS, says that it falls under the purview of the DSS to investigate. The DSS went further to say the press conference which it held earlier has become necessary in order to debunk a rumor which is being dangerously spread in Ekiti State by some of those they call mischief makers, to the effect that Honorable Afolabi has died in custody. Nigerians and Ekiti people in particular said to convinced to see that Afolabi is hale and hearty as is being presented to the press earlier today.